Docking request accepted.
Good morning, New Eden! Today is August 18th, 2024, and this is the Federation Frontline Report. I'm your host, Frozen Fallout. With me are my epic co-hosts. We got Night Flyer. How's it going?
Everybody, good morning.
And we also have the epic Samson returning once again, getting back into this epic game called EVE Online. How's it going, Samson?
Good morning, New Eden. It's going fine.
Yeah, how's Samson land? What's been going on? I hear there's some Eve mails you've been receiving lately.
So since the last episode, I logged back into Eve with just Gwen. I'm just flying Gwen right now. That's not a long con for someone to get tackled by all my other characters or anything. Just a limited capacity, got back in there, and I received a couple of Eve mails. I wanted to start with this one from Don't Tackle Me, and unfortunately, I didn't get this because I was not playing when this came in. This came in on looks like the 15th of July, and it's from Don't Tackle Me, and it says, "Dear Gwenevik, it must sadden you to know that as of the 4th of July, that the mighty Don't Tackle Army, Blue Canary, the #1 bird-based corp, and Watch This have moved from Yvangir onto new pastures. While we had upkept the safety of Yvangir, protecting against perils and incursions from Charmeraut, and even brought order through a legitimate permit scheme, we no longer can carry out this function. But with a new dawn comes new opportunities. It is our hope you are able to shake your current inactivity, seize your former glory, and ensure that Yvangir remains protected from hostile forces. Good luck and goodbye. Don't Tackle Me. Director of Communications and Public Affairs."
Oh, awesome!
I can't make this shit up, folks.
Yeah,
This is real.
so we love.
So just like logging back in, I got that, and I got a fan mail. So I was really I was sad because I didn't receive these while I was playing. So it was like I missed it. It was a while. So then I got also a few days later from it's your boy Milk. He hangs out in the Federation frontline chat, and he says, "Hey man, just wanted to say that I listened to the Federation Frontline Report podcast, and I'm a big fan of the show." There you go. It's a good start right there.
Yeah. We have a fan.
I am a relatively new player to the game, started last October. I think it is awesome how much notoriety you have gained through camping in Yvangir. I am part of a nullsec corporation, and you got me interested in gate camping out here. I'm planning on starting with a Gnosis or a Tornado, but was wondering if you had any tips for starting out on gate camping. Ship recommendations or whatever, anything would help. I don't think that my system is actually all that high of traffic, however. I was listening to you talk on the Declarations of War podcast, and I will start using Zkill and Dotland to scope out potential systems to camp in around me. Are there any other third-party tools you would recommend? Oh, I missed that one third-party tool. There's one. It's called, I'll say it right now, it's called Local Threat. I think it's just called localthreat.com. And it's actually localthreat.xyz. My bad.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
.space, .xyz. I mean, it's not always .com anymore. Although, remember when .net was
True.
a real thing?
But if you just look up like Eve local threat, yes, .net used to be a thing. .org still kind of is. But he finishes up with, if you don't feel like answering these questions, that's fine. Really, I'm just writing to say that I am a big fan. Keep up the good work on the podcast, and hopefully I will never find a reason to travel through Yvangir. Fly dangerous. Not like you need that advice from me. Sincerely, Milk. And
did you respond to him? Yeah.
Yes, I did. I sent him. Let's see. What did I say? I said, so sorry for the late reply. I've been winning Eve since my appearance on Dow. I am now back in limited capacity. I love the Gnosis. It is the best all-around solo gate camper in low sec. Due to gate guns, you need the fast align time and decent tank. If you wish to use a Gnosis, I would recommend a second support ship with a Logi with remote CBOs. Here are some fits. I gave him the G unit and the exec proper. This combo gets you above 1600 scan res. Alternatively, to confuse your enemies, you have an alt run the G unit repper, and that gives you 1700 scan res. All in all, they're pretty cheap fits, and any null sucker should be able to afford many. But I'd recommend shipping several out because you're probably going to lose them. And I said, that being said, since you're in, null, NATOs are probably really good too because you don't have to worry about gate guns. But he decided to start camping egg. So.
Oh yeah.
That's intel. Yeah. So that's good. Like he says he's going to try it out. He said. He's going to try out my... Thanks for the response and fits. Sorry, I missed your message in the Federation chat earlier. I usually leave myself online, AFK. I get frequent kid aggro and have to just get up sometimes. Decided to start camping out an egg. I will put the fits to good use, and if I snag any good kills with your fits, I'll shoot you a message. And I will talk about them on the show if I get a message. So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so, one thing about that is that solo gate camping, I highly suggest 3 characters.
Mm-hmm.
You got your scout who's going to tell you what the fuck is coming through the gate, and if it's a buttload of other shit on the side. A fourth or another scout is really good on any, especially if you've got, you got one gate that's coming in that you're camping, and then you got, like in Yvangir, we only have 2 gates in that system. So another scout in the other system is a good thing, but definitely not required because you can usually see, a shit ton of people jumping in. And either you're fucked already anyways, so you wouldn't have been able to figure it out. But there's a lot that kind of goes into that. But a scout is really huge. A Logi is really helpful, for whenever you're dealing with something that's going to be, actually fighting back is a big
But that's
thing.
why I like the double G unit, because if a solo, for example, Brutix or... maybe a Brutix Nate. Brutix Nate's pushing it. But if a solo Brutix, even if its hull tank comes in and it starts shooting Gwen, he's going to be wondering why she's not dying.
Yeah, because you'll have gate guns on Gwen, and so that added, if you had 1,300 DPS, you don't have... Because, a Brutix probably will be dealing out around 1,000 DPS.
Yeah, but I have Logi that he doesn't know about because it's another Gnosis.
Yep, not your... And that's a big one, is pick something that doesn't look like a Logi, because of course Logi, they're going to go for Logi when they see Logi,
Yeah, exactly.
And they're scared of Logi, but they see 2 Gnosises and they're like, well, I can tank that, kill one, and then kill the second one after.
Yeah, and they're typically going to start with the one that's doing the most damage right off the bat. Like whoever just red boxed them and started shooting them, they're going to try to take them out first because it's a DPS race at that point. But yeah.
Yep. No, exactly. They're not thinking about Logi. But yeah, so having that second character be Logi, huge. If you can disguise that Logi, it's even better. And then, your DPS ship. You can tone that down to 2. Having a scout and no Logi and just DPS, and then just be a little bit more selective on your targets. You see that Brutix Navy issue come through, and you're kind of like,
you leave.
I'm just not going to take that fight. But yeah, that's awesome that you got, while you were away, you got some really good mails when you came back to give you that flutter of love that there is in Eve.
Yeah, and shout out to Declarations of War as well, because they were mentioned, and I think that's one of the reasons. I think that's how maybe they heard about me. It sounded like, well, no, he said he was a fan of Federation Frontline. But anyway, shout out to Declarations of War.
Interchangeable. I like to think.
Absolutely.
We're all fans of Decorations of War on this channel too. Highly recommend it if you have any interest in Eve at all.
And yes,
so.
And
yeah, they cover a little bit more. Oh yeah, big shout out to Don't Tackle Me for sure. That guy was a lot of fun.
Milk.
Yeah, he was always good for a fight or to prevent me from.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun.
So he was great for harassing.
We've maraudered him a couple of times and got away with it.
But he was a great multi-boxer though. That was.
But when Phantomite's online, you don't fuck with that camp because then there's a dread that shows up.
Right, yeah.
Not unless you have something that can take a dread.
Right. Which,
Um,
sometimes is
All of our somethings are a little farther away, I think.
But Samson, you forgot about your greatest weapon when gate camping.
What's
Oh,
that?
Friends.
friendship.
Friends.
Friendship.
Bring your friends with
Friendship.
you. Yeah. How many
Friendship.
gate camps have we done together? And
Yeah.
in that system and in others. And that's
And
just the
yeah.
conversations and stuff.
And
that
what's
come
good
up
about
during gate camps I mean, that makes it all worthwhile right there. So
Yeah. And what's good about the G unit that I sent Milk is that it works whether you're solo or you're in a fleet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
I've
a
got a couple.
great fleet
And
ship.
obviously, if you're doing a larger gate camp, you can get really nasty and get all the roles filled.
Yeah, and one of the big things that we, the focus of this episode is friendship, is the big thing that we're, kind of talking about here for the main focus of this. And one of the big things here is, like you just said, with gate camping and any other kind of fleet, you want to fill out those roles, and because I've been taking like Thrasher fleets around and stuff like that, and one of the big things is get that fast locker. Like, I want somebody with a scan res, over 1700, and I need somebody with webs. I need somebody with, fast lock webs, fast, fast point, fast webs, fast everything. Like, we need to web, scram, hold them down, stop them from moving. Curies is really great for that long range scram. And really to fill out a really good gate camp, you'd need, either a Phantomite with, like, they're not Phantomite, Don't Tackle Me, with tons of, alts that fill out all of those roles for him.
Or a Spectre fleet.
Or a Spectre fleet. Amazon Gate Camp. Woo! People love that shit, man. Like, easy to get like 40, 50 people together. All your roles, like, just auto-filled. It feels like it's very rare that you have to be like, we're missing something. Like, come on, guys, where's our, it's like the fast lockers are like, oh, there's an Amazon Gate Camp. I'm there. Like, I have toned down whenever I go to the Amazon Gate Camp now, just to prevent myself from killing things by accident. I bring a Gnosis with a bunch of newts in case we need newts for something, something big and something fun. But I just target paint. I'm just like, I don't have any guns on it, so I can't, I could do drones, and if we need a little extra DPS, I could throw the drones on it, but things die so quickly in Amazon that I'm just like, okay, my biggest fear is, one, killing something by accident, and getting the FC and everybody mad at me because I killed it too quickly. By accidentally activating my guns is usually the big thing.
On Amazon Gate Camps, Gwen's lasers are like down here, and I rarely ever use them because if I just 1700 scan res, she has on the Amazon Gate Camp when I'm just in the camp with Spectre, she has a Dread Garista's long point or something. So and a lot of scan res. So it's like I just get to the point. It's like I get the point right after the fast locker.
Right, yeah. You hold down that secondary just in case, because there have been times where somebody fucked up and their fast point got blown up by those guns, and then the guy got away. Very rare, but it happens for sure. So a secondary, half a second after that.
That actually goes for all Spectre fleets, dude. Every Spectre fleet, I put my guns in a place where I have to physically go and click them, unless it's like Control Alt Shift 10 or F10 or something, you know what I mean? Like, right. It's not gonna, there's no way that I'm gonna accidentally turn it on. Yes, I could accidentally leave it on still. That's still a problem.
Yeah, you click on them and they're blinking, and then you click on the target, you think you're just gonna get.
You gotta pay attention to that.
Yeah. That's the reason. That's what happened to me one time, and I was like, trying to be smart about my guns, and then I clicked on them.
As long as you own up to it right away and say, that was me, I'm sorry, my stuff was not working properly or whatever.
Yeah, you get like 1 or 2 warnings usually, and then
But if you're
shit
doing it
starts
3 or
getting
4
blown
times in
up.
a row, then you're just gonna blow you up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh for sure. Yeah. At 3 in a row, you're fucked. Like that's your ship's gone. Like you better just warp off and just drop fleet. Like, and don't do that. Just get your ship blown up. It's fine. It's what,
Because then you can maybe be redeemed.
right. Yeah. You
you,
know,
like,
if you take that well,
apologize.
people like that shit. Like they're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
you're a cool guy then. You're not, a whiny bitch. Eve is filled with whiny bitches. Believe me.
It is.
Didn't you get some hate mail before that too, or was that a long
Oh,
time
that
ago?
that was a long time ago. But I was just saying that it's just funny that I like how my inbox is like there's like 1 or 2 communications of like people leaving, the corp, and then there's like it's a bunch of hate mail, and then that's
And then some love. Like
and some
you can still be loved in Eve, even if you are a dirty gay camper.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially
Well,
by
you gotta
other
lean into
dirty
it.
gay campers.
You can't be offended. You gotta lean
Yeah.
into it, right? You can't be offended when people get ugh when they hear the word gay camper, and that happens a lot. Like that's a thing. I'm not in any specific like faction or whatever, but just in general, like a lot of people do not like gay campers, and they don't and they won't like refuse to gate camp, and they'll look down on you for being a gate camper, which I love. I lean into that because
It's a
it gets you
very-
good salt.
Yeah.
And bitch, please, I could take you solo anyway. So like I'm just doing the gay camping because I'm it's quick and easy kills when I'm not working hard for actual fight.
Working hard for my money. But yeah,
Those are the same people that are going to complain about people, ganking miners and stuff like that. And like, well,
Yeah.
that's
how
what
you
makes the
mine in
game
PvP.
Go,
It's called PvP mining.
yeah. I mean, if you're not blowing up ships, then the game just stops. So
Well,
you got to be blowing
What
up
are you
ships.
doing?
And,
What are
and
you
it-
doing?
yeah, right.
well, this is the thing that blows my mind is the or not blows. It pisses me off.
What are you
whenever I
doing if
hear-
you're not blowing your mind?
Yeah, I know. Like my dick. No.
Yeah.
And
I know.
so my big thing
First
is when somebody says something along the lines of like, why did you kill my venture? It was worth under $1 million ISK. It just
Yeah.
had T1 shit on it. I just had, like, why would you even care about me? And it's like, do you know that I don't know what you're flying? Like, I know you have a venture, but I don't know what the fuck you have in that. For all I know,
Yeah.
you might have, a $250 billion ISK sitting in your fucking, hull for your cargo hold
It happens.
for whatever
It
reason.
happens.
Also,
I'm gonna
we've
move
caught
my
many
flag.
ventures and prospects that have had fucking those ore miners on them. I even
Yeah.
had I ransomed somebody and they gave us 200 million and I let them go, even though I love it when Spectre Fleet ransoms people on Amazon. They're like, we ransomed him. All right, kill him.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's what I would do.
I have a little bit of honor in this game.
Yeah.
Magical Geek
No honor.
salutes us. I will salute you back. Welcome, Magical Geek. I like that. Magical Geek. That's a good name. But it is for me it's the idea behind the whole like I have shit, why did you kill me? Is I don't know that you had shit. I'm killing everybody that comes through here because it's very possible that somebody drops, a $500 million ISK out of a
Yeah.
shitty ass little frigate. Like, that nobody
Possible.
thought would actually have anything inside of it. Or I don't know that you might have friends. This might be bait. Like they're like, oh,
I know. It's a
risk-free
Sino.
Yeah.
gate camping doesn't exist. It's not risk free.
No.
It's easily that there's
Never.
a Sino somewhere, just waiting. it's also not like 0.0 where we're like, oh, a neutral in system. Oh my god. Okay, we can't do anything here now because there's a neutral in system.
Mhm.
No, we fly all the time with tons of neutrals, tons of possibilities of rapiers and other Sino machines just sitting on our gate camp waiting for us to engage something, and then they drop 50 redeemers on top of us. Like, there's no such thing as risk-free low-sec PvP. Like, they're ganking in high sec is a little bit less risk to it. It's the risk that you don't kill the target that you sacrificed all your shit on top of. But even then, you're throwing a bunch of shit and you're hoping that you can kill the target before. All PvP has risk to it. There's a high possibility that you fuck up, and people fuck up all the time. People forget about
but you
that.
can reduce your risk by what you're flying, how you're flying it. If you have ult, you have backup. If
Yep.
you have friends that are backing up, like maybe you're the Sino.
Yeah.
And stuff like
Maybe
that.
you got a
Like,
counter
there's,
drop for the
Yeah.
Snuff jumps you every time that you stream, so you might as well
Yeah,
just
if
pull in
if someone
somebody
ready-
who can jump Snuff. So
Yeah, I remember those days.
If you're flying crap, then go fly something better. Don't blame me because you're flying crap and I killed you. Go fly something better.
Don't come to Losec.
It's all your fault.
Get good, man. Get good.
No,
Get
it's-
good. Well, I was talking with my buddy Coder Fat Steel actually recently. He just came back to the game. He's the one who kind of got me into the game. He might be coming to Vegas, which we're going to talk about a little bit later here, talking about friendship. How do you get some cool friendship out there? Go to some meetings, man. Like, there's some cool shit. So Coder got me into the game, and we were talking about this, and it's like EVE is all about risk mitigation and just understanding that you have to be careful. Just everything you do, be careful about it. Like, I was talking to him about he was like, oh yeah, I've been using the Tidesec station to do my invention of T3 cruisers. And I was like, don't do that. He was like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm smart about it. And I'm like, well, okay, if you're smart about it, it's been around for a while, that might not be a big issue. But like, those stations can be abandoned. You can lose that if you're not friends. If you don't have any friendship with the person that's running that station, for all you know, that station is all designed for somebody to throw tons of cool
You
shit
said
into it.
non-NPC. I must have missed that.
Non-NPC, like a player-owned station, like
Yeah, a
an
player-owned
upwell
station,
structure.
All I heard was NPC stations, and I was very fucking confused.
No, NPC station's safe-ish. So there was a time. So I would say all NPC stations are safe, but we already know that CCP fucked that in the nice little butt, kind of. But I guess they're player-owned stations that were built technically, but they were considered like NPC-ish stations, and then they brought upwell structures into the game, and they turned all of those stations that were very similar to an NPC station into an upwell structure, and then people lost all of their fucking shit to it. Like, I mean, there's asset safety, but then there's abandoning the structure, and there's been shit about this, and this is the one thing that I think CCP fucked up on. I don't like the idea that you can totally fuck over somebody that doesn't understand that if I dock it inside of a station, they're going to abandon that station, and then everything inside of it becomes droppable loot when it gets blown up.
And lock you out of it.
And lock you out, and then lock you out before you can, asset safety it and stuff like that. Like, there's a bunch of shit.
I had some well-researched original blueprints that I was at an NPC station. I've been there for a while. I thought it was all cool. Had stuff like cooking it. Used it for a couple.
Or
of
an
months,
upwell structure.
And then one day that was it. I was locked out. Couldn't get in. Trying to reach the guy that owns it, the corp. Going, hey, dude, I got some stuff in there. Can we, work something out? Whatever. Nope, gone. And never got them. And they didn't get assets or anything. I mean, it just.
Yeah, no. If they get blown up, if you have something in research and it gets blown up, even if it's not abandoned, it drops. And if I think if they pull the station, it drops. There's a bunch of weird, like, fucked up things that just makes trusting a player-owned station for me. Period. Like, I mean, we had all those stations in Hadelis and around Hadelis. And if you put anything up on the market and you went away for 7 days and you came back and that was the day that like over the holiday weekend of Christmas and they just wipe it out because they're not paying their rent anymore, and you might get some asset safety because that one wasn't an abandonment situation, but it was anything on the market dropped, anything that was being researched dropped. Like, there's a bunch of shit that just got thrown, to snuff, basically. Like, just gave over a whole bunch of money over to snuff. No real warning from the person that was running it, even though I was kind of friends with that person. So, that kind of stuff is where it comes down to like I don't trust player-owned stations unless I own it, and if I own it, I know that at least it'll get to asset safety, but I have to be aware that that's, you know, the thing, so I don't throw like, because I just put up a station actually in high sec and I'm gonna see, do I get war decked? Can I fuck around with this? And because I want to have a station to fuck around with, and every time I put up a station in low sec, it just gets blown up. So
Yeah.
no matter how many deals I've made with different people, like it always eventually gets blown up by the people I've made deals with. And
Yeah, it's a pattern. It really is.
very, very strong pattern that I've had in my life. So I just don't trust NPC or player-owned stations. Upwell structures, period, are, you know, minimal amount that I'm gonna ever throw into those things, and I don't trust them for anything. He's like, I just use blueprint copies. I'm like, then you're being smart, but a lot of people aren't smart like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we were talking. It's just be smart. Understand people are going to try and fuck you over, and don't trust anybody that's not being able. You can't put a brick through their window. Is the way that I put it. You know, like, not that I would put a brick through Coder's window, but if I, you know, I know him in real life, and that kind of helps. I know Samson in real life, and to be honest, you know, there's even people I know in real life. I'll be like, you're not playing the game anymore. I'm gonna deactivate your director rights. I'm sorry, like
I don't trust you.
like you just gotta be careful, because, you know, maybe you lose touch with that person, and maybe that person comes back to Eve and sees that there's 20 billion inside of the corp wallet and is like, oh, I can take all these dreads and take the 20 billion, and, you know, yeah, I know Josh, but, you know, I haven't talked to him in 3 years, and who gives a fuck now? Like, I don't care about that guy anymore. I care about making money in Eve, and people get greedy and don't care about their friendships and are willing to lose. People lose friends all the time. It's just,
Change.
people make decisions for money all the time. Trust in Eve is a big, huge. It's a rough, huge, and extremely important aspect of the game. But my whole thing is similar to the don't fly what you can't lose. Don't share what you can't afford to lose. You know, like,
Stolen from it.
which is interesting because it interests me in the sense that the higher level, like Goon Swarm and Initiative and Frat and stuff like that, like the top people in directorship roles, and this has happened where, you know,
That's
like
great. Yeah, just last year, right?
yeah, people are like, I'm good best friends with this guy, and all of a sudden he just took all of our shit. So
Shut down the Clone Bay, and, you know, cost. I think that what was that? It was actually Trillions with a T, right? By the time that all got said and done.
Crazy
That's
shit.
crazy.
Yeah, crazy shit can happen. Which is why I'm a big low sec faction warfare. Like, I feel like these are the areas of like low risk friendship. You know, I can build up a really good corporation. High reward, low risk friendship. Like, because like there's high reward, high risk, and like highest reward, high risk, which is like, you know, Goon Swarm and those kind of things. And Band of Brothers got disbanded. Goon Swarm got disbanded by their CEO. We've had, you know, Spies. What did it to Bob? We had N3 lose all of their space back in the Great War, or the Fountain War with Test. That was what pulled them out of the war, because, you know, a directorate traded on them and dropped all of their space, so they had to leave that war in order to go, you know, fix up their shit. It's dangerous as fuck, but there is levels of, you know, like I have like 600 million ISK in the wallet right now for the corp. So any director that wants to take 600 million, I'll be like, okay, you just threw, like, literally for like dollars, you threw our friendship out the window. Now, if I had, like, you know, $500,000 sitting around for somebody that I don't, you know, I'm kind of just friends with, I'd be like, okay, you killed our friendship for $500,000 in real life, you know, money. Like, okay, I kind of see what you're see why you're being a piece of shit here. I don't like it, but it's way more understanding. I'm gonna hate you probably just as much, but at least I'll understand why you did what you did. But if you kill my friendship for $1.25, I'm gonna be like, wow, man.
Then you weren't really friends to begin with.
But
That's what hurt the most.
there has been an unfortunate loss of friendship that has happened recently. Do you want to let us know a little bit more about that, Night Flyer? What happened in this galaxy that fucking sucks?
Yeah, what was out on the community beat, and they talked about on Rampage on Wednesday, and that was we lost Innominate. Longtime player, member of the CSM many times, an all-around great guy. And if I get a little choked up, I'm sorry. But
Yeah, no, he was. I had a lot of good times with him. He's come out to a lot of different goops, and it was kind of funny. My wife, not funny, but my wife was like, "Hey, who are these people?" And she shows me a picture, and I'm like, "I recognize that person really well. I can't like place like the face to like the name right away." And she says, like, R.I.P. is what he like wrote, and I'm like, "Oh, that's Innominate." Like that's no, I've talked to him at Goops and seen him, and he was the one who got you into Gooms, right? Like you weren't even part of Goons, and
no, that was true. They were talking about it, and I put a note like in stream while Rampage was talking, and Innominate reached out to me personally, like DM me and said, "Hey, here's the information. Come here," because it's just in Madison, which is like 2 hours from here. So, and I got a lot of family up there, and so that was all kind of taken care of. But he was the one that like I said, reached out and said, "Yeah, no, come hang out, come do this." I'd only been playing for about a year at that point. I was
You're
just
part of
getting out
Noir,
of
right?
Noir. Yeah, I was just graduated from Noir Academy, and I'm like, all right, cool. So, but yeah, he was the one that hooked me up. He got me the things. He said, "Oh, here's the the Telegram like hookup, so you know where all the meetup is. Here's the links to sign up for the meals." And
that was the one at Mintani's house, right? That was like the last group, right?
Yeah, there's the Summer Swarm 21 where you and I met. So, so I
kept on,
there,
when we first met, when we first met, I kept on getting confused because you were like, just talk to Alex whenever Alec, if you want to like have, help from Noir. And I was like, wait, Mintani runs Noir?
That was a little confusing, yeah. After the fact, I didn't realize that was his name until like 3 days later. So, but I also hung out with him that weekend. Started talking with him. Met up in Vegas. Was it the following year? And
probably the same year ish.
Yeah. And,
they changed it up when.
Yeah, I changed it up. So, but it was E Vegas. Went out there. I think it was the last one that Hyper Viper did out in Vegas. So we did that. I think it was 2022 maybe. And then hung out with him again in Vegas at the Metropolis. Ended up having to pour ourselves into an Uber and get ourselves back. But yeah, he needed a little help getting back. But he was just all around a great guy.
He was always fun to hang out with, like chill,
and he was like the first one, like, to say, hey, if you really want to make some of this game, come out and meet people, be friendly with people, and buy them drinks, and he would do that, and that was him. So, he was. It's a big loss, and again, we've missed him on Rampage last year while he was battling his illness.
Man, cancer fucking sucks. Fuck cancer. Give me a fuck cancer in chat.
Fuck cancer.
Because fuck cancer.
And fuck cancer.
And I'm not saying I was best friends with him or anything, but I feel like, I knew him. I spent time with him. We talked. And again, I just owe him a lot for getting me to where I am now in this hobby that is Eve, that's kind of taken over a large portion of my life. So, and, I appreciate that. I like that. So.
Yeah, and that's, I mean,
and know that he would be happy that we were celebrating, that.
Yeah, I really wish I would have been able to make it to the Friday sigil event that went down for that. All the power to the people who do that stuff. This is a different community than any other MMORPG or massive gaming system that has ever been created, because we're all in the same universe. Like, no other game has that I know of. Like, if somebody can point that out and say, hey, you're wrong,
Oh no,
It's
like CCP has been offered like millions of dollars to try to figure out how to recreate what they've done with this game.
And I like how they did it is each system has its own, well, not necessarily each system, but like systems, are divvied up into servers, so like, yeah, we're not all on technically the same server, technically, because if I'm in Dodixie and you're in Jeddah, we're on different servers, technically. But our servers
Same
actually interact with each other. Like they're, it's not like the World of Warcraft, whatever the fuck the name server is versus whatever the fuck the name server is that has the entire universe on that one server. This is a very unique game in that regard, and so it allows you to meet people and like feel like you're really part of a universe with them. Like, I don't know, I go to Gen Con all the time, and when I go there, I meet some people, I play my games and I meet some people at the games that I play with and stuff like that. And maybe, walking around, I might meet some people that, maybe I might run into somebody. But a lot of the times it's just me being like, hey, oh, that's cool that you play this game or whatever. Maybe have a minor talk with them. But when I went to FanFest, or when I go to GOOMP, or when I go to any of these EVE meetups that I've run, I've been to EVE meetups as small things, meeting up at a diner or something with a bunch of people, and it's just immediate connection that I have with them. Of like, I have no fear to walk up to an EVE player, don't care who you are, and talk to you. Like, if I was playing World of Warcraft or anything else, maybe, I might have like kinship to a certain degree, but I actually haven't. There's no other game that I've been to a real life meetup for besides EVE Online. And when I've gone to EVE meetups, especially like FanFest, even my wife, who's not like a gigantic EVE Onliner, like she comes on, she does some PvP with us, she has some fun. But when we went to FanFest, she was like, this is the greatest convention I've ever been to, because you literally got to go up and just talk to anybody. Didn't matter, as long as you knew that they were part of that community. Like at Gen Con, I could maybe do that, but it'd feel weird. It would. But at EVE FanFest, it was like, walk up to any random stranger that has an EVE badge on them and be like, who do you fly for? What do you do in EVE? Like, what's going on? And a lot of them, it was even funnier. It was like, I haven't played EVE in 20 years, or whatever, 7 years or 5 years, 2 years or whatever. But I've come to every FanFest, even though I don't play anymore, and that's some cool shit. Like, that's just, that's the sense of community that you get here.
And I've run into that at every fest or meetup I've gone to. At Summer Swarm in Madison, I was talking to guys. Yeah, I stopped playing a couple years ago, but I'm here hanging out.
Dude, we got Corvus.
Yeah.
Corvus just shouted out to us. He said it was good to meet you and Samson at FanFest. Yeah, and Nightflyer, I think you met too. Yeah, it was great hanging out with Corvus. Like, that was one of my favorite thing was going and meeting my arch nemesis. Like, and being like, I mean, not that like I have really any arch nemesis, but it was like Corvus was a badass streamer. He's on the Keldari side. I do streaming, and he likes to good fight. He likes to come out and have fun, and he smoked. Well, I think he was vaping, but we'd come out to like the cigarette area, just hang out together.
Sure.
I'm going to FanFest next year, and I can't wait. Says Magical Geek. Yes. I will be there as well. I'm going to Vegas this year as well, which is another topic on friendship that we wanted to kind of talk to about. Is that EVE Vegas is like right around the fucking corner here. Tickets still on sale, and in fact, there's a new ticket for FanFest. For EVE Vegas. And I just looked this up because I was just talking to my buddy. I don't know if you guys saw this, or maybe I'm just from a different universe. It's possible. I jump them a lot, and they're very similar, but sometimes they have unique changes. And the unique change I saw in this universe, which maybe it's the same one that I've always been in, and I've never jumped universes because I'm just crazy, but the thing that I saw was that there's a ticket for $80 now for just the EVE Online, or for the buffet and open bar and presentation. So anybody who spent $120
between that and the one we bought.
The one that we bought at $100, so it's $80 for that, $120 for the swag. So if you got the Schwag package, which is what I'm pretty sure all of us got, was at 120 bucks, because that's all I could.
120.
Yeah, it was 120, and that's all that I could purchase at that time. It was
Yeah,
120
it was the
bucks.
only thing.
So that should include all the Schwag. So you should get
Oh,
dog tags
cool.
with your date of birth on it, and if you should have emails or emails, real emails that should be coming to you. That ask for your name or your in character name that you want put on there, your date of birth for your character, and your t-shirt size. So you get a t-shirt, a travel mug, and dog tags. If you paid so $40 for a t-shirt, dog tags with your EVE Online stuff on it, and a travel mug with your EVE Online stuff on it. So
Yeah, grading should have sent that out. Anybody that hasn't responded to it, I would do it before the 1st, because I think as of the 1st, you'll have to go.
Yeah, I mean, I
through
responded to it, but then I kept getting emails from, so I'm not sure if he got it or not.
yeah, I know that was one of my
I think
buddies said that too.
yeah, I
No,
think we
maybe it
got
was
blasted,
Samson. I
too.
think who said that.
It was me.
But yeah, Corvus says he'll be at London and FanFest. I won't be at London because London's a long, like, Vegas is. I thought Vegas was going to be
Oh.
cheaper than it was, but to
Well, it
get
says
there.
Magic. Is that the Magic Geek, the streamer Magic Geek? Doo-doo-doo. Is that guy?
I mean,
I hope that's him because I love that guy. I love his show. And then we had a Leroy Cotton for following the show. So thank you, Leroy.
oh, Leroy Cotton, thank you so much for the follow. Absolutely, every little bit really helps us here. And we love you guys, everybody that tunes into this show. Like I always look at, like, like 23 people watching us on Twitch. I remember back when I was like starting Twitch, for years of playing Twitch, I was like, I got 10 people. I'm so excited. When I see like hundreds of people like, downloading and watching our show and stuff like that, and we go to FanFest and we have somebody that's like, I fucking know who you are, you're the Federation Frontline people.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing. Like when we walked in and we were talking with Aurora, CCP Aurora, and she's just like, "Oh, I like your guys' show." We're like, "What?
Really?
Okay, cool." I'm like, "All right, we love you, so come on our show."
Yeah, and then crickets.
But CCP hates us.
Because they do, because we're Galente. If we were Caldari, we'd have every one of the CCP, game masters on here. Every week there'd be like a new game master on here because we're Caldari, and they'd be like, "This is how it's done. Be Caldari." No.
Oh, did you read Corvus's comment in chat?
I got back from Iceland about a week ago. LOL. There were good fights. Now. Oh, with your girlfriend, now fiance. Good fights. I see GF and I'm like, you had good fights with your girlfriend, with your fiance. I'm kind of, that's like the immediate thing that happened. You had good fights with your fiance is what I read, but girlfriend who turned fiance. That's cool.
Oh, maybe that's why they don't want to come on the shows, because so many of them are in Gal Mill. That's true. That could be possible. Maybe they're afraid they'll show favoritism if they come on.
That is true. I do know that they fly around with young Puke, and they're all in Sedition.
I do know that. So.
And I like Sedition. There are big giant super corp, but they just the thing is that I can't get. I've tried. I've talked to young Puke a little bit, and just they don't care about the Federation Frontline because we're too small of a corporation alliance for them to glue us and let us into their comms and stuff like that.
I've flown with them a bit too.
Denied.
I kind of, I don't know. I like flying with them. You like getting into the big fleets and stuff, and faction warfare is cool. But the problem I ran into is, they'll be calling for specific ships, and of course they're out of, Valir, which doesn't have a good market at all. So I'm like, well, how am I supposed to get into a Guardian when I don't have one? There's none on contracts available to me. I can't build one off of the market. So yeah, I find myself running short a lot when I go on those fleets.
Essence and Ribbit are doing really well. Corvus does point out that they're the ones really pushing Galmid, because I know Sedition is off doing its, they've got 0.0. They want to play with the big boys. They've been playing with Snuff. They've been playing with Shadow Cartel. They've been doing the whole super drops and stuff like that, playing third party. So their focus is not the Warzone. Their focus is content. Essence and Ribbit, very focused on the Warzone.
Yeah. Yeah, all those guys, Frog Pond and stuff.
And it's really
like I
easy
said,
to get
we've
into.
been flying with them nonstop for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Essence and Ribbit, you can get into their fleets. You can, there's no you get access to their comms, and immediately you're access to their comms, like, just being Gal Mill. With Sedition, sometimes their fleets are open to anybody, and a lot of their fleets are like, this is, OPSEC shit. We don't want rando bitches in this fleet, and I'm a rando bitch, and so I don't get to go in their fleet. I've tried to not be a rando bitch to them, and they've been like, I don't care, you're still a rando bitch.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care you got a podcast, that doesn't matter. Like, that doesn't change shit, right?
Which is fine.
know,
And again, that's a them thing. It doesn't have to be an us thing.
No, and that's,
I like what we do. I like how we're doing it. So I think that's what's important.
the only thing that I want to do a little bit more is to be a little bit bigger. Recruitment out there, come to Federation Frontline. Let us try and be a little bit more of a presence in the war zone, because like, I like when I read Reddit every once in a while and people are like, podcasts, and I hear our name come up, and that gives me a tingle of happiness. That's huge. But whenever I hear like, oh, Gal Mill, there was a joke that happened recently that maybe they even left for a day or something like that they Sedition joined Cal Mill for like a second, or it was a fake post that they joined Cal Mill. And everybody's like, well, what's left in the Galente? And not a single word was said about the Federation Frontline. I was like, I did post, and I was like, we still have a podcast, fuckers. Like, we're the only faction warfare organization that has a podcast. So, or at least tries to focus a lot on faction warfare with our podcast.
We eventually get back there. When we're done talking about cooking and stuff, we usually end up getting back into faction warfare talks. So,
yeah, OMS is where Sedition did stage out for a while, but I feel like they've left OMS now, and they've gone back to the Vivalier front.
Yeah, they seem to be up north a lot. I don't see them in that area, because I stacked up a bunch of stuff right there too when I came out of the wormhole, and it's all still sitting there. I'm not sure where I'm going to move it to now, but.
Sedition tried Bouncer at the Cal Mill Club and got pushed away. Oh, that's great. But
so,
yeah,
speaking of friendship and a few other things, unless you still want to talk about.
No, go ahead.
Just a couple of things also in the news, friendship-wise. We got the Alliance Tournament 20 is coming up with the feeder rounds on the 24th and 25th, 31st and the 1st. So you'll see a group of friends and at least for the weekends.
Do you know if Alec Noir is going to be running commentary again?
I hope so.
He's a good commentary. I like his commentary.
Commentator, like his knowledge of this game and that kind of and the fits and stuff. I think he adds a dimension to their commentary that I really appreciate. As kind of a noob, they fly a lot of ships I don't fly, so it's kind of it's a shield missile fit. Okay, blah blah blah. Kind of putting that together. So I like his color commentary out of most of the people, but they do a good job. They're fun. I'll watch them regardless as long as I'm around.
So just wondering, just as a side note here, speaking of Noir, have you talked to Alex since you left Noir? What was it? Because I don't think I ever got the story of you talking to Alec about leaving Noir.
No, he just and again, I didn't get it. I was going to reach back out to him because it's one of those weird things because he said that he liked hanging out with me and, was sad to see me go. And I didn't quite understand, we're not going to be like friends and stuff anymore. But I do understand now what he was talking about is the fact that because we're not in the same corp doing the same activities all the time. And now that, he's actually in, anti-corp because they're in the pirate corp. We have really no communication with one another. So it's not like we're not friends, but we haven't talked. It's outside of that. So that was pretty much the last conversation we had was him saying that he was going to miss hanging out with me.
Yeah, and that's the digital world. Maybe we can find, because he lives in the area-ish of you,
Yeah, he's
you met him in real life, so. And
He's a
and he
Chicagoan,
came out
so-
even though we weren't in Gal Mill or in Noir anymore, and we were still Gal Mill. He came out to the Madison meetup. Really great to hang out with him.
Yeah, I hope they do a Midwest meetup. I'd love to see something in the Chicago area.
Yeah, I'd come down for that for sure.
So, and again, I don't know if he's got plans to go to Vegas or out to Iceland. I know he's been out to Iceland a couple of times. So,
He wasn't last year.
um,
To go hang out with him.
yeah, I know he's got a lot of stuff going, with the Beyonce and all that stuff too. So, really, he's got real world stuff, as we all do. So, you got to prioritize.
Absolutely.
One more thing with friendships. So I'll get to this one. I got to build to it though. So the Skinner tool that came out. And
Oh,
again,
yeah.
we were never huge fans of the Skinner tool. When it
Personally,
originally
I think
came
it's a
out.
cool idea, but personally, I'm not going to touch that shit.
Yeah, but they've kind of mixed it, or they've kind of tweaked it. I think it's one of those things that's going in a more positive direction. When the tool first came out, you could only test skins that you had the equipment to build. So it was very limited, but now they've opened it up, just like the ship fitting.
No, you can look at a
where
skin
you
and
can
be
build
like,
your own stuff, and like, oh, I gotta go get this
this item
matte
specifically in order
finish,
to
yeah.
to get this skin, because that was a big problem. It's like, oh, this skin is worth $1 billion ISK. I don't even know what it fucking looks like. Like, why is it worth $1 billion ISK? I don't know. Like, does it look cool, or is it just $1 billion ISK because nobody has it? Like, it's rare.
So this is the friendship thing that comes in. So KS1298, another streamer, is doing a contest that I don't know. You can check it out. If you go on to KS1298, he's on Twitch. He's got other stuff too. He's putting a contest for a ship skin design.
Can you do me a favor and shoot into chat and into DMs on Discord? Can you shoot me that Twitch channel?
Doubt it, but
Okay.
Doubt
if
it.
you can find it, shoot
Doubt
it
it.
to me.
I will when I stop talking. But yeah, talking about friendship. So KS, somebody that I'd watched streaming for a while, chatted with via the interwebs, and then met up in Iceland, and we spent quite a long time talking with each other out in front of the final stop of the bar crawl. So really, and again, it's just that kind of meetup. Again, it's just something I think is just so great about this game, and going to these meetups is kind of putting those two worlds together, where I have my spaceship fantasy world that interacts with my real life stuff.
Yeah, and I'm super excited for Vegas because Samson's coming to Vegas. Samson, did you get tickets? And you got tickets. You did. Yeah, absolutely. You did.
I have
You
all the
got
tickets.
tickets. We've got Night Flyer's got a ticket. I've got a ticket to the main presentation, but there's lots of other shit going on throughout that week. And super excited about it. Got my buddy.
We're all arriving at the same time.
Yes, yep. We should all arrive on Wednesday, I think. We got Wednesday to Sunday is our stay
Something
regiment.
like that.
Yeah. I think
And-
our flights actually touched down like 15 minutes from each other, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
so
I mean, it's going to work out awesome.
me,
so.
Night Flyer, and my wife are all, and it's my wife's birthday on the 13th of October. So we like, I want to, hopefully she's not watching this. She doesn't watch my podcast anymore. She's like, you don't need me to watch your podcast. You have other fans. When I first started this, she was like my number one fan.
Yeah,
And now
Wednesday.
she's like, I don't need to be your number one fan anymore. I got shit to do.
Yeah, my
Josh."
wife never listened to any of my podcasts,
So.
Yeah, I don't.
especially not this one.
But so hopefully she's not listening. But I kind of want to like conspire with you two to like we should do something really special before we leave on the 13th. It's something for her that really
Oh, something at Vegas.
at Eve Vegas that we just surprise her with, and we'll have to figure out something,
Moonshots.
some kind of special thing that as we're leaving Vegas to give her. This is your birthday, it's special, and thank you for coming out to a Eve event on your birthday. There was a part of me that was like, she's not gonna want to go to Vegas for Eve
Oh, she's coming to
online
Vegas.
for her birthday. Like, why would it's her birthday, But she was like, oh, that sounds like a great event for my birthday. So it's super excited about that. So I want to like show my appreciation. So I kind of want to team up with some people to like, let's think of something fucking crazy, weird, not normal, something
Not
a surprise. But yeah, and then I got
Right.
FanFest tickets. So, and I'm not sure what's going on too much with. I'm really excited to see what happens with FanFest or with eVegas because there's one presentation and open bar and open buffet that you get to go to, and that's it. That's the only scheduled event for eVegas. But there always is a bunch of pop-up events of different activities and stuff like that. So we got to find our big crew that I'm sure we'll be hanging out with Goon Swarm quite a bit, to be honest, because I know a bunch of those guys. So hopefully we can bump into a few people.
Yeah, they're luckily. I said we're staying just a block off the strip, and they're all going to be, what's it called? The Hollywood. They always stay at the Hollywood. They'll be right at the Heart Bar there. So literally, it's a block walk from where we're going to be.
Yeah, I'm going to Vegas not to gamble, but to hang out with a bunch of nerds, and that's I want to find the in-crowd nerd, group that we can hang out with, and I haven't reached out to my contacts, but I should do that at some point and be like, hey, what you doing? I'm gonna be there. That's that's the Yvonne or the Vegas Discord.
No, that's Chaos's Discord.
Okay, that's Chaos.
So anybody interested in getting to the Skinner stuff, that's his Discord. I'll try to find his Twitch here in a minute, but
yeah, no problem. But yeah, so
computers are hard.
EVE Online, man, this is the place to make friends. Like, to be honest, it's some of my coolest people. Like, I mean, you two, like, are some of my closest friends right now in my life, to be honest. And
right.
I've only met you through EVE, and I've done lots of other stuff after that with you. Like, I've gone to Samson's house and hang out for his
during a hurricane,
strength in gaming, during a hurricane and an earthquake. And in California, which doesn't have hurricanes, but it does have earthquakes.
We do have earthquakes, a lot of earthquakes.
But you don't normally have a hurricane. But I got there, and of course, a hurricane arrived.
Because, brought a hurricane, drove it in.
I disrupt the universe a little bit wherever I go, so, Probably some hellmouth that opened up when I arrived in California. It was like, oh, fuck, Josh is here. Let's get that hellmouth open. If anybody watches Buffy, you'll know what a...
Yeah, I mean, I used to watch Buffy.
You know what a hellmouth is? Oh, you watched Buffy. I would watch Buffy again. I don't even know where you could watch Buffy anymore. Is that even...
not sure.
Yeah, exactly.
YouTubes.
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTubes.
So Corvus says my first EVE Vegas was my first anniversary with his fiance. That's fucking awesome. Super cool. All right, so anything else that we want to talk about with EVE Friendship? Is there I know that nowadays there's no more Goomson Madison, which is kind of sucky, but we do our we do a EVE Online meetup in Madison every year. Normally it's in May, but because there's going to be EVE Fan Fest in May, I think we're going to push it back to like September, August-ish area. And, I'm trying to find a good time that makes sure that Samson can make his way out. And other people,
September, August might be good.
August might be the shot that we'll shoot for. But we're gonna do another event here. There's EVE Vegas, there's EVE London. People were talking about that. There's EVE Fan Fest that's gonna be happening in May. So Vegas is in October. Like October 11th, I want to say, right? Friday, October 11th.
Not sure.
It's
Anyways.
funny how none of us know. Weird.
I don't know. It's like that weekend. Well, so Sunday is the 13th. I know that for 100% because that's my wife's birthday.
Yeah.
And then
it's gotta be like
Saturday
that
is not when we do our thing. Friday is when is the meetup. So that's got to be the 11th. And
But
then
I think. Oh, sorry. I
go ahead.
just got really things up. I was just gonna say, just kind of popped in my head. One of the things that always comes up in Eve is like, how does Eve become better? It's like, we'll join a corp, and I think it's really about interacting with people. That's the point of joining a corp.
Right.
know,
It's not
the
join a
game's
corp
gonna-
because the corp is going to give you benefits. It's
it's,
get with
it's
a group
join a
of
corp
people.
because you're going to meet people, and those people are what's going to make the game more enjoyable for you.
Absolutely.
Again, you may join a corp where, hey, this is okay for a little bit, but I'm not enjoying these people anymore. Then go find another corp.
Yeah,
They're
no.
out there.
And the thing is okay, so one thing I'm going to throw out there is I've joined big giant corporations and I've been part of small corporations. Big giant corporations and alliances, I've gained some interesting access to Eve meetups that I wouldn't have possibly had access to, but that also is thrown out the window by Nightflyer. Was not a goon when he first started coming to the Goomp. And so you don't even need to be part of the... When I started going to Goomp, I wasn't part of Goons. I knew somebody who was in Goons, and that's what got me into Goons, because I met a bunch of people. Joining a big corporation is not a guarantee that you're going to meet friends. Just because there's some giant fucking... And in fact, actually, I would say that it's less likely for you to be able to make an in-route to a giant corporation with friendship than it is with a small corporation. And so this is my kind of like, thing to be like, don't always just look for the biggest, baddest group out there. Look for somebody that you can make friends with. And if you think that you can be friends with Federation Frontline Report, if you like us, you want to come on to the podcast, just join us. We can get you on the podcast. I swear to fucking God, we'll get you there. And, you can come, you make a lot of good friends with a small group, just as much as you can with a big group, if not even easier, because the small group is much more likely to be able to be like, hey, I know you. Where if you got like 50 people logged on at all times, well, you're just one of the 50. But if you got 4 or 5 logged in at one time, like, oh, you're just one of the 4 or 5 now, and I can identify you. I know who you are. I'm going to talk to you. Like, every member of my corporation I know. Like, maybe not personally, like in real life, but I know them. I talk to them. I've enjoyed time with them, and gives you an in-route to get to a little bit more of a personal level. I've even had people who joined and been like, I don't talk on comms. I don't want to talk on comms. I don't want to deal with, like, shit. I've had problems in the past. People who fucked me over and just made my life shit. And I just don't, I'm not at that level. And I'm like, that's fine. But you've talked to me on comms, so I know who you are. I know you're a real person, and and we'll make some forward momentum on getting you a part of the crew, man. Like, and eventually, hopefully, you'll feel comfortable just hanging out with us, doing shit, talking, killing shit.
Yeah,
and
hop in one of the fleets.
Absolutely.
There you go.
So, anything else before we wrap on up here? I think we're going to go out and do some more killing if anybody's going to hang around. I think we got a few more things. We'll do some more leading up and stuff. But anything else that we got about friendship that you want to talk about before we drop off here?
No, just that. I mean, like you said earlier, we've become really good friends, and we've known each other for like almost 3 years now. And we've been to each other, stayed at each other's houses. We've been to Eve meetups. We're about to do more, and also just to let everybody know, we will all be at Eve Vegas. I know you already said that, but you can come meet us. We have an open door policy as well. Like, we will, don't feel, because I would say that what you said earlier, everybody's approachable. But, if someone's a really big streamer, or if someone has a podcast or something, you might be nervous. Don't be nervous. We're just regular people.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially us.
I'm a Sasquatch.
We ain't no fucking Mintani.com bullshit.
You got a Sasquatch, a hippie, and a night flyer. but yeah, just come up and say hi. We welcome. We'll hang out. Invite us to your parties too.
Yeah,
It's
please.
always fun.
Let's go party, man. Let's go party together. Absolutely.
That is something that I think Eve needs better organization of, is somehow getting kind of the meetups for the like party meetups. I think the problem is everybody is afraid it's going to turn into a, sexual feet pick thing, but or whatever you kids are into nowadays. I don't know.
I mean, if you want feet pics, just let me know and I'll get you a price.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
We'll start an OnlyFans.
$2,500.
Only Hobbit feets.
Yeah. But even if you're not that kind of person that feels comfortable approaching others and you just enjoy this game, that's fine too. As we're just talking about, some people don't want to go on comms. They don't want to talk. They're just maybe a little introverted, and that's okay too. I mean, that's who you are. So that's fine.
Hold on. Before we
If you
do,
want to
go ahead.
Awesome. All right, so, but bottom line is, like, those people are needed in this game also, and so you are still important and you're cared about. So,
absolutely.
just know if and again, as Frozen was saying, like, don't think that you're gonna see us in Vegas and go, oh, these guys are, Eve famous streamers. I can't approach them. You most absolutely can. If you go and you see Merkel Chan at one of these things, go talk to him. He will talk to you.
Oh yeah, Merkel Chan.
I promise you. I promise you, Merc will talk with you.
Yeah, chill.
Nobody in this game is so big that they don't care about you.
Yeah,
so.
Everybody's open. You might not get an hour and a half to chill with them. Maybe, but maybe.
No, especially not Merc. That guy gets pulled away pretty quick. But
exactly.
But again, he'll say hi. He'll shake your hand. He'll say, "Hey, nice to meet you." He'll take a beer from you. He'll buy you a beer sometimes, but he's gonna get pulled away because he's king of the prom. If he shows up at Vegas, he's king of the prom. Just keep that in mind. So
it's hard to see here, but CCPB Corvus said that one of its highlights was meeting Bjorn B. CCPB, and I have CCPB's signature right here for my 20th anniversary edition that I just got a couple of days ago. There's this what people call a floppy disk, which I'm going to argue with them and say this isn't a fucking. Does this flop? This is not floppy in any fucking way. It's a hard disk, and anybody that lived before what a hard disk was. There's a floppy disk. The big floppy disk is a floppy. This is when I was in high school, this was called a hard disk because this is hard. There's a floppy inside, but there's a big
floppy disk inside a hard case.
And a hard So, but there was the floppy disks.
I call them. I usually called them. Was it there 3.5 or whatever?
Yeah, 3.5. Yeah, the size.
I call the 3.5 disc. I just because I grew up with the 4 1/4, or was it 4 1/2 or whatever, those the fucking
the
big
true floppy discs. That's what I called a floppy disk, and then I called this a hard disk.
Yeah.
And a lot of
those are what I used in my Apple IIe. So, and yes,
right.
I had an Apple IIe.
So,
I personally
had them in school.
An Apple IIe.
So it says December 5th, 2007, and I have to find something in there. I don't know. I have to find something that'll allow my computer. I've got some friends that said they have a USB floppy disk drive.
Yeah, they're available.
So I'm gonna see what's on there. We got. We are live on time, and this was 2003. And at 9 o'clock, 6 I don't know, 2003. But that was the cool little thing that they gave there. They have a DVD or CD that I will never be able to use on my computer because I once again don't have a fucking CD or DVD drive on my computer, which is fucking weird if you ask me, but I guess we're in the 21st century. We've got the pins, which are kind of cool. I like these. Definitely gonna do something with this Galente pin, but got the Amar, we got the Mimitar, we got the Keldari. We've got the big Megathron, which actually I would love if they had more detail on this thing. This is not very detailed, to be honest. They should have like showed turret points and stuff like that for the blueprint, but still kind of cool. I'm gonna get that. Make sure that I get that. How do I even hold this back up now? Oh no. That way and then that way and then that way. Okay. Yeah, I got it. I'm gonna make sure I get that framed. We've got the Megathron picture, which is super cool. I'm gonna get that framed as well. And then the thing that I really wanted, and then we got one more besides this, but the thing I really wanted, because this is the ship that when I was flying around in a frigate and I undocked from Dodixie and I saw the Megathron flying around, I was like, oh, okay, this is the only reason why I bought the 20th anniversary edition, to be honest. I paid, what, $200 or whatever for this item more than anything else. And it's possible that I shouldn't have done that, but what does it say here? It's not as detailed as the Cormorant one from the Frigates of the Eve Special Edition, the blueprint. Ah, okay. Yeah. What is this? Corvus the first? Oh, I'm not gonna say that aloud. But yeah, this was it's hefty. It's solid. Like, even these prongs right here are not. I mean, if I put enough pressure, there's little items on here that could easily break. But they're actually pretty solid, even for being easily breakable. I would think that a lot of other creations of that would be a lot easier to just snap off those little parts. And then, last but not least, kind of least for me, but it was okay. We got our plushie for the Fido. I don't know why it's got eyes, but
it drives me crazy. I don't know why they did that. Well, yeah. I know why they did it, but
because they just wanted something, like happy. Yeah. So that looks really nice, and that's cool. I like that it's in a little box thing and stuff. So, I wouldn't say it was really worth it comparatively. There's and I still haven't done it yet. There's a bunch of skins and stuff. Actually, I shouldn't put that up there. Somebody's gonna be like, I found that number.
Yoink.
Yeah. I just lost all of my stuff, but there is a bunch of items that I should be able to purchase off of the thing, which I should do like right now since everybody just got my code. Hopefully that was blurred enough.
We should give away a friendship skin.
I don't know. Put it up again. I'll tell you if it was blurred or not.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Hey, Corvus says he'll Discord the Cormorant BP he has. So he's got Condor blueprint that he got, a real life blueprint.
3D. Is it like a 3D print?
I'm guessing it's just similar to the Megathron,
it's like
but the Megathron is like not as cool. Let me see. No, I'm gonna do it.
Do you want to do it?
He's got it framed. Look at that. Like, if you look at the stream real quick, you can kind of see it. And yeah, see how this one like designates out some points here. Like, I can't zoom in, but he's got that's the Rifter right there. I really want that Rifter because it's a USB Rifter, I believe. Mm-hmm. He's got the Quaif. I've got Quaif. This is the Quaif, and I see the Quaif bottle from.
We can't see you anymore.
I know, but I'm gonna pop it back.
Got you. Sounded like you were showing something. That's why I said that.
Just now. So I just got it. So got my Quaif too. I see that he's got Quaif. That's cool. But this came from going to FanFest, not the 20th anniversary edition. Got my alien head, my dragon head, Star Trek stuff, a damaged Star Trek ship because the Enterprise is usually pretty damaged in the movies. So. All right, so anything else that we want to talk about friendship before we wrap things on up here?
Do a skin giveaway if we got time for that. If you
Do you
want to
do you
a
have
friendship
do you have a
giveaway.
skin you want to give away?
I have a Stratios Friendship League skin.
Stratios Friendship League skin. Do you want to do marbles or do you want to do something else in order to pull that off?
Marbles would be cool.
Marbles?
Well,
Marbles
yeah, I
on
mean, I don't know what else. I don't know what else to do.
Let's see. So I'm gonna pull up marbles here. Launching. It seems like it wants to try and load up marbles, but it seems to be kind of cranky right now, apparently. What's going on here? Downloaded items. No.
Should have thought about this earlier.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Alright, I'm gonna cancel it real quick and then I'm gonna update it because apparently it needs to be updated.
Oh no.
Starting download. Is there any other? Because
Well-
of this. Okay, cool.
I think if you don't mind, Frozen, I gotta take off.
Yeah,
But,
no, that's cool.
Thank you for having me on the show once again, and thank you everybody. Hope to see you guys in Vegas and back here. The next show. But yeah, stick around for that giveaway. Good night, New Eden from Samson and Gwen.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Rude.
So apparently there's a Durex X12 that just
Oh.
came out for marbles. So load that up here. Oh, what just happened? Gave me a complaint here. Let me take a look at that again.
Oh boy.
Game client is out of date. Update. Game updates are now managed through Stream. I just updated it. Oh, let's see.
Work, are we gonna have to spin a wheel? We're just gonna have to give it to somebody.
We're just gonna have to do something. Let me see here. Always keep this game updated. Let me double check, make sure nothing else is getting updated. Alright, let me do this real quick. We're gonna give a shot. I'm gonna close stream and Steam, and I'm gonna open it back up. The problems of trying to get fucking items
Right.
to people. Let's try this one more time.
We should have more skin giveaways. I don't know why we don't do that. We just have to think about it ahead of time, though. That's the problem.
I'm doing a verify integrity here real quick.
Okay. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves, everybody.
Well, do you wanna bring up that or what's the name of the skin that you're giving away here?
The skin I am giving away. Hold on. Like,
Okay, it's doing another update here.
as soon as I just had to go over to Bank here.
Apparently I have a 7.57 gigabyte update, and if I was in 1999 right now, it'd take us about 3.4 years to get to that. Let's do
Pretty
another
much.
verify here. But what was the name of that? I'm gonna try and pull it up here on.
Let me talk real quick. But I want to say I said it was the Stratios Friendship League skin. I guess I have a Nestor Friendship skin too, but I don't know if I want to keep the Nestor one. I find more Stratios than I do the Nestor. Am I being selfish?
No. Which one? Nestor, Estero, Stratios? Is Stratios?
Stratios.
All right, let's take a look at this. Ooh.
It is a very
I
sexy
like that because
That's
it
why it's
fucks with the thing here. Let me make sure stream is seeing what I'm seeing right here.
Oh, you got. Oh, I'm blocked. Yeah, you want me to share my screen?
I
Does
just
that work?
moved it down. There we go. That's it right there. That's the Stratios. It's pretty cool. I do like the death glow is also pretty fucking sexy, but
Hmm.
that friendship is pretty fucking cool. I like what it does to the thing, and I like this. Yeah, let's give that up for sure. All right, so I think Steam is done being stupid about this. So.
Hopefully, get more than 2 people to.
That just makes it really easy for them. There we go. Okay, continue. We're gonna do a race. We're gonna do random play. All right, marbles. Let's bring this up here.
Realize it got moderated. That's weird. Oh, interesting.
All right, there it is. So exclamation point play in order to get in on this.
Again, yeah, and it's $500 million skin too, so they could buy you a Megathron.
Buy you a Megathron or give you something cool. So we'll wait a little bit here, and just see what kind of people kind of throw in here. Maniac says add a dice. Aww. I'm sorry, we're not playing World of Darkness, or else I would add a die. Damn, that's a lot of points. You know what? I'm gonna say the next time I play the World of Darkness, which we do on Mondays, anytime that somebody rolls something to get you get to add an extra dice thanks to Maniac. So Saint is in, Magical Geek is in, we got Immortal Comes Back is in. Give it a little bit more here. Yeah, we'll be Eve Vegas, we'll be at FanFest, and then we'll be back at Madison Madtown meetup that we do for Eve Vegas, or for Eve Online in general. So Night Flyers in.
That's right. I'm gonna go for my own skin.
Oh, Maniac thought it would add him another marble. Sorry, no, it's definitely not the way that works. Leroy Cotton. All right. How about we give a little bit of a countdown here? We're gonna say we're gonna do 30 seconds. We're just gonna do 30 seconds. 29, 28, 27. Do exclamation point play. 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. 20. Just join in with your exclamation point play. You can see all the other people doing. We got this beautiful skin that we're going to be displaying. So let me show that skin here real quick. In fact, actually, let me get a good view of this. So what I'm gonna do is drop the Discord, cancel Discord video, and we'll bump this up to be the big. So this is it right here. In about 10 seconds, we're going to be giving this beautiful skin away here. About 5 seconds to get in on this. Hey, I just made $1 million. I don't know. Give me $1 million. I might have made $1 million myself, but this is cool. I like this.
Yeah, it's a great skin. I've had it. I think it's one of the free ones that I won. Well, not free. I paid for it. So I paid $20 for this skin in Iceland. So.
Was that the roll that you did?
Yeah. So I just hadn't flown the ship. It's been sitting here, and I was going to sell it, but I didn't need to sell it, and so I just figured next time I'd fly the ship. But since we're doing a talk about friendship, I figured we throw a friendship skin out there, and maybe somebody will enjoy it and fly something. So.
All right. Well, we got 9 people. That is solid. and if I win, then we'll do a reroll. So if Night Flyer wins, we're gonna do a reroll, and we'll do a whole nother thing, but we'll, stay with us. Let's do it right now. All right, so marbles going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got the countdown here in 10 seconds. You can still join in. Exclamation point play. I think we just got another person. Yes, we did. We got another one. 4, 3, 2, 1. This is it. If you're not in, you're not in. All right, let's take a look here. We're gonna go to number 1 place here. Ooh, Poisonous is like way out in the lead. Way out in the lead right now. Looking really good. Poisonous.
Find the right tube. It's hard to tell.
We got here 2. 2 is looking okay. Night Flyer behind that. Poisonous though popped out of that tube. Now, but got stuck. Oh, bunch of people got stuck. Oh, who's in first now? Okay, we got Leroy Cotton right behind Night Flyer. We got Chopper Scum right behind him. Go, 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 go. Okay, Night Flyer, that means it's a reroll if Night Flyer wins, but Night Flyer just got stuck. Nope, he didn't. Leroy Cotton, Chopper right behind him. Alright, look at this, okay. Leroy getting through. Okay, we got a lot of bumps here. Oop, Chopper! I think Chopper just took number 1. Chopper Scum, number 1 right now, alright. We're gonna pop him up. Looking pretty good. He goes down this little thing here. Okay, got through that. No, yep, no bump. The bumpers. Leroy Cotton right on his fucking ass, though. Ooh. Woo!
Oh,
Gotta find that hole. Gotta find that hole. That's what my wife keeps on telling me.
Anybody's game.
All right, who we got first? First is Chopper still. Chopper looking really good. We got, who's that behind him? Immortal Comeback. Immortal comes back. Ooh. Oh, this is it right here, though. You can get bounced around real bad. Oh, Night Flyer just got fucking shot. Oh, somebody died. Night Flyer in first.
Immortal Comeback just died. Oh, he went from first to worst.
Saints Disaster in front, though. Ooh! Here we go. Saints Disaster, who is not even fucking close.
Right through the hole.
Wow. Saints Disaster, not even on the board of me talking about him. And good old Buckethead right behind him.
Oh, and you died too, man. Sad.
All right, exclamation point. Did I die? No, it was mother.
You died right at the last second there, man.
All right, Saints Disaster, we need your exclamation point in-game name, IGN will do, yes, it will do the thing. I've got that fixed now. That's good. And Saints Disaster, go ahead and give that on over. Let me know when you've confirmed that. Little fun run here at the end. Thank you all for watching, and this has been great. Saints Disaster coming out 2 minutes, 1 second, 87 seconds. Let's take a look at the final results while we're waiting for that to come out here. So
132 days of playing. Is that you?
Saint Disaster.
No.
Let me do this here and pull up Eve and just make sure so it was.
Alright, grab this for you. And what was that? That was the Condor 30-day skin that we were giving away.
I think it was an Aurora skin for the Comet. No, for the no. It was the Friendship skin. The really good friendship.
The Stratios Friendship skin, and I am going to. Oh, I can't do it from here. Let me pull it out of my. It was in a box, so I'm glad I flew over here to grab it. Stratios, there it is.
So this is Saints Disaster, part of the Mimitar the member of the Republic Military School for the Mimitar. 123 days here. Just want to confirm that's you. Yeah, yep, he confirms that's him. So if that's
yep, all right. Oh, if I
B
can learn how to spell.
E
there we go.
Beautiful.
check your contracts. You should see that in there.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for watching us. Thank you for listening. If you're catching this later or watching us on, our Twitch that we do a video podcast. The video podcast of EVE Online's greatest faction warfare podcast ever created. Thank you. And have a great night.
Have a great night, everybody, and thanks for being my friend.
Friendship, best ship.